So, all right, Sagittarius. This week from Lay Vampire, you pulled discipline, training, consistency, and practice. But then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled a difficult one here, trickery. I don't like this card. It can be talking about either, you needing to use discipline rather than, manipulating a situation, or you may be needing order and structure in your life, looking at discipline because of trickery that is going on. Now, discipline. The blessing says you have the ability to create a program of change and stick to it. And after a period of time, it will transform from painful to pleasurable. The freedom and strength that, for crying out loud, the freedom and the strength that affords you far outweighs the pain you experience in the short term. Now, working with this card says it is time to lay a plan down to create structure and to stick to your commitments, and you must clear away any doubt. Now, again, for some of you, this may be a situation here where you may be dealing with somebody who is manipulating a situation. You're needing to have a little bit more structure and consistency. But then at the same time, trickery is also saying that you need to be careful too about manipulating a situation. And that may be where discipline is coming in. But now with trickery, the card at a glance says, notice here that there may be manipulation because of fear of being rejected. There is no evil intent, only a deep desire to be loved. This card may also indicate that you should practice asking for your true heart's desire rather than fearing someone else's resentment. Now, the inspiration says, during trying times, things may be easier if you ask for help. Don't be disappointed if assistance does not come from the place that you expect, which is basically saying that, if you're asking for help, you may be getting it from a place or a person that is not what you wanted. And there is a need to kind of be open to that anyway. Now, the personal question says, am I afraid to tell the truth? How does that fear make me manipulate others? What do I really need to say? And then the key ideas are dance of scarcity, coveting possessions, vulnerable heart, self-honesty, accusing others, and hidden motives. I just think that for some of you, because of whatever trickery is representing, discipline is saying that there needs to be more structure. All right, Sag, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. So the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. What's happening? Emotions and passion going on. But this is what you're looking at right now. How do we make the most of these new opportunities, right? It's great when you see aces come through. It's there. It's just up to you on what you do with it, But the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, yeah. Oh boy. So now in the past, the moon, geez. The moon is the past coming through, is talking about maybe some confusion over what you're actually wanting. I don't necessarily see escapism here, not for Sag. But, again, with the moon, right, the subconscious mind, there may be things that are coming up now that, you're having to deal with. I don't know. For some of you, I kind of get a Seven of Cups type of feel, but I don't feel like, you're not clear on what your fantasy is. You know what I mean? With the Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. But beyond that, the moon, traditionally, fear, anxiety, right, and confusion. Confusion over emotions, confusion maybe having to deal with somebody else. And you do have Pisces here. But, this is past. So this is past energy. Confusion on, how to start these new beginnings here. And maybe some confusion, in regards to other people, especially with trickery being here. And then again, needing consistency, right? And in the present, the Four of Pentacles. Now, regardless of whatever, confusion is happening with the moon, you're still hanging on though, Now, with the Four of Pentacles, for me, when bad things show up, yeah, immediately I'm like, why are you hanging on to this? But beyond that, it is about somebody who is trying to maintain their status. And that could be within a job, within a relationship, but you're maintaining it, wanting to maintain it. It's not something that you're willing to let go of with the Four of Pentacles being here. Especially with them two aces, I wouldn't want to let go of that shit either. But again, with the moon being in the past, I'm like, You know, the whole point there is to have, you know, illumination, but, you know, truly you don't have it. You know, I mean, it's basically telling you that you need to pay attention to your instincts and your intuition when moving forward. It's a little bit different than the High Priestess. The moon does not fully illuminate our path. Like, I can't stress that enough when this card shows up. It does not illuminate things. What we see under the light of the moon is going to be different under the light of the sun, right? You don't want to stray. And I don't feel like you're wanting to either, but, you know, the confusion is still playing a part here on a major level on what's happening with, you know, the new things that are coming up. Oh, shit. All right. So, oh my goodness. Future conditions, death. So, you know, you have Scorp and you have the moon, you know, water energy happening. Now, with the death being in future conditions, a major way of life and a major way of being is over with. It is over with. It is considered the ending of an era and the beginning of a new one. The door is closing on the old and opening up to the new. You know, but it's suggesting that you need to go through that deep transformation. Here's the thing with death. You don't have a choice. It's going to happen. You can either go through it kicking and screaming, or you can accept this and go with the changes. And that's what I worry about with the Four of Pentacles being there. There may be changes that are happening that you're not really ready or willing to go through just yet, because you're still looking at, you know, new beginnings that are there for you. But there's still, you know, that damn moon. I keep going back to that. Like, what, why? What is up with that, you know? But again, with death being there, I don't think that it's the ending of anything other than the ending of the way that you may have felt before, you know? And for some reason, some of you may still be hanging on to it, though, with the Four of Pentacles. But you're going to be forced to go through a change here. But that ace is still there, goddammit, you know? Your best path to follow, the Eight of Wands. Now, that can either mean for some of you that you need to act quickly, or you need to start communicating. The Eight of Wands is fast-moving energy, but it's also about communication. There may be something that needs to be said. But then also, you know, there needs to be quick movement. Like, I feel like I need to take advantage of this right now. I need to clear up whatever confusion is going on and start doing something about this. You know, and I almost feel like if you do that and you start, like right now, I feel like you need to go after this, especially with the two aces showing up. It'll make the death transition a little bit easier. You know, it'll be easier for you to let go of things from the past in order to, you know, move into the new beginnings, right? Major ending, major new beginnings. You know, it's not the Magician, but damn it, aces are just as powerful to me. But again, the Eight of Wands, now, like right now, you gotta do something, like right now, whether it's acting or communicating. Either way, it has to happen, like, immediately. Oh, shit. All right. So now, and now I understand, you know, I'm looking back at the moon and now I'm seeing why here. The Five of Swords. The Five of Swords being in your environment. Trickery. It goes right back to fucking trickery. But I don't feel like, you know, this is anything that is being kept hidden from you. It's not understanding or having confusion surrounding why this is happening here and why you're still hanging on to it. The Five of Swords is extreme miscommunication. It is bullshit. Bullshit arguments, people saying things that, you know, I don't want to say that. You have to be careful as far as Sagittarius goes. Don't say something that you're going to regret. Now, on the other hand, you may be dealing with people who are saying shit because they can, because they know it might hurt you. You have to be careful about getting pulled into bullshit situations. Now, on the other hand, for some of you, you may be being held down. You know, I see that with the Five of Swords. The whole reason why, you know, people act out in that way is because they're not wanting to have things change. But I don't think that this is you doing this to anybody else because it's in your environment. I feel like this is what you're having to deal with. It's almost like you're wanting to go through the change and go through a new beginning, but you may be dealing with people that aren't exactly happy with it though either. It just depends. But, you know, either way, it's both. If you're dealing with another person who's being shitty about you going through major changes and looking at new beginnings, you know, it makes sense that they're hanging on to you and not wanting things to change, but you're also hanging on to it, right? Oh, I don't know. I feel rough around it, you know, especially if, okay, like say for example, if you're dealing with, you know, a relationship situation, you know, you're either dealing with somebody who doesn't want you to change, they don't want the situation to change, or, you know, you're dealing with a situation here where there may be a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing that you're not letting go of with the Four of Pentacles being there. But there's still that moon around it, like not understanding why. Why is this happening? Why am I still dealing with this? Why is it that I'm still hanging on to this situation? Why haven't I moved forward, so to speak? But again, with the Eight of Wands, now, like right now, you need to act. Like I can't stress that enough. I'm feeling the fight or flight, basically, especially with this being here. Your hopes and your fears, and it makes sense. The Two of Swords. If you want major change in your life and you're wanting to get away from really difficult situations here, looking at the Five of Swords, you gotta let go. You've got to make the difficult decision that you need to make. And it's funny because the Two of Swords, it says, you know, when you make a decision, you need to act immediately. Otherwise, you just stay in that stalemate and unable to make the clear decisions that you need to. So you're hoping to be able to do it, but fearing it at the same time, which totally makes sense. But damn it, there needs to be major, like major transformation and major endings happening here with death. I mean, either way, it's going to happen. You know, it's just that I fear that for some of you, it's going to be a difficult transition rather than a smooth one. But, you know, again, nothing's ever set in stone. It's up to you on, you know, what you do with the new beginnings and how you deal with death, right? Oh, my goodness. But, you know, again, the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? I would rather have seen judgment, but, you know, either way, you're going to be able to rise above the situation ultimately coming out. But, again, you're going to have to act like you have to. Oh, shit. Look at it, Sag. The Wheel of Fortune, timing. The timing is right, right? A new cycle happening and hopefully better things happening here. I'm going to clarify this Wheel of Fortune, but I do like that, seeing death attached to it, especially with your outcome. And major, and it's all connected to the aces that you're looking at. The time is now. Like, the timing is right. You need to start acting, make those difficult decisions to get out of situations that you know are harmful for you. You know, stop hanging on to it, right? Needing to go through that transformation. But the Wheel of Fortune, you know, even though this may be a repeating cycle in some cases, it's saying that there's an opportunity here for you to make the most of the new things that are coming through. And that's where you start to see the fortune happening, right? We've learned our lessons 1 through 9. You hit the 10, you're going through the cycle again, but it's an opportunity for better things to start happening here. And then the Page of Cups. All right, here's the thing. First of all, patience, balance, and moderation, okay? When you're looking at the Knight of Swords connected to that with the Page of Cups, I'm trying to get this right so you guys can see this. So basically, when you're looking at the Knight of Swords, again, quick action, needing to act right now, but then also there is direct communication. Especially when you're looking at the Page of Cups being a messenger. It's talking about the direct communication about your emotions, the way that you feel, but it is also a brand new emotional experience that you need to move quickly into. It's like you just need to have some patience with the ending of difficult situations where, you know, you're not dealing with the energy of the Five of Swords, but then you're also able to make the difficult decisions that you need to. Holy shit, Sagittarius. My goodness. You got to say what you need to say. I mean, definitely between the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands, again, direct, blunt communication needs to happen, but you need to do it in a way where, you know, there's patience on your side. You know, definitely somebody is going to need to hear the truth, the direct, honest truth, especially when it comes to the way that you're feeling. And again, it goes back to the Five of Swords being in your environment. And I'm still going back to trickery, and I feel like this may be a situation where you're being manipulated to continue doing something that doesn't suit you anymore. And again, discipline is saying that you can lay down a plan for yourself that is going to be much better than what you're looking at right now. And again, it's there, like it's right there. But, you know, again, there needs to be that direct communication. You know, I don't look at the Knight of Swords and worry about honesty. It's always there with the Knight of Swords. It's different if it's the Page, but I'm not seeing that here. I'm just seeing somebody who may not be wanting to see the changes that you're going through though either. Passion with the Ace of Wands. Yeah, yes. Inner voice. And then abundance. Very nice, very nice. So your inner voice, and your inner voice is, you know, telling you that you're going to have to speak up about what your passion is, right? There's passion. You have passion for something. There's something that you're wanting here out of both of these aces. Your inner voice is going to guide you to that abundance that you're wanting and that you're wanting to see, especially with the Wheel of Fortune being there. You know, definitely don't let any situations hold you back from doing what you need to do. You know, for some of you, this could literally be the ending of a job situation where you're done. You're done dealing with this kind of shit holding you back from what you want to do. It may be a difficult decision. In terms of a relationship, though, I do feel like for some of you, they're not wanting you to change. You know, again, I'm going back to trickery. Now, the other thing, though, too, is that, you know, you may be fighting yourself here, though, too, with the Five of Swords, right? And it may be a losing battle, but I don't know. I feel more like some of you are dealing with a situation that has to do with a person not wanting you to change, not wanting you to follow your passions. They may be fearing it. But again, with, you know, the direct communication that needs to happen, you have to express your emotions in the way that you feel. But also, you need to move quickly, and I mean quickly, into a better emotional experience between those aces and that Page. Yes, yes. That's much better than what you're looking at in terms of your environment and what's happening right now. All right, guys, we're going to take a look at Whispers of Love to see what messages there are for you guys in terms of love. My goodness, Sag. Whew. No shit. No shit. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. Hell yeah. And be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. So basically that's saying that, you know, for those of you who are in a happy relationship, right? If you're wanting to do something new, you know, you just need to show that support so that you get it back. But then on the other hand, I feel like this is something that you're needing, you know, and unfortunately, the only way that we get support is when we show support. So, you know, in a relationship, right? Somebody's got to make the effort to show that they actually care about what the other person is wanting, what they're doing, and what they're going through. But again, you need to get back to what you love and be a little bit more supportive to yourself, though, too. Don't, you know, allow yourself to be stuck in situations that are going to hold you down. There's no reason to hang on to that or let somebody else, like, keep you trapped in, though, either. You know, again, that may be the case for some of you. You're going to have to make a difficult choice. But damn it, it's going to lead to something that is much better. For sure. Especially with both of those aces being there in the Wheel of Fortune. Hell yeah.